They actually have a spec sheet that's all laminated that they leave in the loaner car, so you can look at it and be like, gee, I think I'll buy a new car today. This car, as is $33,995. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to JR's Corner. I am JR. Today we're going to be talking about this 2020 Acura TLX that I'm sitting in. I got this car as a loaner, and I had to take my Type S into the shop. The AC was acting all funny on it, and it is Arizona, and it is summertime here in Arizona, even though it's April. We've been up in the hundreds the last few days, and it's going to be in the hundreds for the next few days. And it's going to be in the 90s after that. So I needed to make sure the AC was working. I think my compressor's acting up. It seemed to be real finicky. Really nice MH just went by. Anyway, so just getting this loaner car. It's a pretty comfortable car, pretty nice car, pretty nice interior. They actually have a spec sheet that's all laminated that they leave in the loaner car, so you can look at it and be like, gee, I think I'll buy a new car today. This car, as is $33,995. It's rated for 27 miles per gallon. It's got the 2.4 liter Honda VTEC engine in it, which is the K24. It's also got an 8-speed automatic transmission. Does have paddle shifters, which helps, but at the end of the day, compared to my Type S, it is gutless. Granted, part of that's because it's a 4-cylinder, but I figured with a K24 it would at least get up and move, but no. Thanks to this automatic transmission, she is kind of a dog. So, couple of things to note with this car is, just messing with it and tinkering with it. They've got this really cool button here on the dash. Let me see if I can show it to you here. Hang on. Alright, so they got this button here on the dash, and this thing controls like all of your this trip menu, really. So you can come over here and you can it pivots each direction, and then that's a button, and then you've got like all of these buttons. It's kind of a cool little setup. So just tinkering with it just for show there. I reset everything. This is my current drive, just because I've been sitting here idling and talking. It's kind of low, but it's rated for 27 miles per gallon. I've actually been getting closer to 30 when I'm not trying to beat the crap out of it. So yeah, that's pretty good. Anyways, so, looking at this car, I mean, the interior, I really like the interior. It's nice and comfy and cozy. Leather seats are really nice. I don't see that there's leather seats, but maybe I just haven't found the switch. It does have heated mirrors. I don't really need heated seats here in Arizona, but, with leather, you kind of figure that's going to be a given. It does have the camera in the front of the car for lane departure assist, and it has the adaptive cruise. I had it set at 75 yesterday when I was driving home, and it slowed down to 60 automatically with a car in front of me, which was kind of cool. Kind of frustrating because I wanted to go around the car, and it slowed down, and I had to manually take over and pass it. But still kind of a cool feature. It flashes all kind of lights at you when you get too close to a car, like if you're coming up on a car that's moving slow, it definitely makes sure that you're aware of it. And so it definitely has some technology to it that my car doesn't have, to help kind of alert the driver and keep the driver paying attention, which is pretty cool. A couple of other things to note is the transmission that this one has is an 8-speed transmission. It also comes in a J35 V6 with a 9-speed automatic transmission. It does not currently come in a manual. Yeah, so here she is. All in all, you know, just my 2 cents on it now that I've driven it in a little bit and kind of gone around town in it and traveled back and forth a little bit in it. Good commuter car, expensive commuter car if you're putting lots of miles on it. This is, you know, I would never buy a brand new car to put miles on, but it's a nice little car, kind of gutless. You know, I got on it when I was getting on the freeway up in Phoenix yesterday, and just not doing it for me. I was definitely disappointed with that K24. I expected it to be better. Again, manual transmission, 6-speed. I'm sure that it would be a little bit more responsive than it was, but for what we're dealing with here, it was kind of disappointing. You know, it's got the cool sunroof. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's not me. It's the sunroof. That's the noise you gotta make when you open a sunroof. Anyways, it's just the shade. But anyways, I'm gonna move on. So, you know, all in all, it's kind of weird. The hood, from my perspective, is kind of like a W. It's kind of weird. Let's see if this will let me flip it around. I don't know if you can see that, but the hood's kind of a weird shape. It's got these little pieces on the outside edges that pop up, and then a dent in the middle, a crease. So it's kind of a weird shape, but you know, it's part of their style for right now, and you know, it looks pretty cool from certain angles. Now, if you ask me, my body style TL, the 04s to 08s, are the best looking Acuras out there. You get into some of like the older cars, like the Integras and the RSXs and the NSX. I think the NSX is beautiful. I prefer the first gen NSX to the current gen, but still a beautiful car. Would love to own a NSX someday. Again, I prefer the first gen, but I'll take an NSX however I get it. But my body style TL, like, there's a reason why I've owned 2 of them now. They're beautiful cars. Essentially a dream car for me. You know, there's a lot of cars out there, but the Type S TL is a car that I've wanted. It's a great car. You know, I'm starting to come up with ideas and things that I can do to my car to make it better and cooler and all that stuff. This TLX is what became of the TL. They took the TSX and the TL and they combined it into this, which is why there's now a 4-cylinder option, and it's a little bit bigger than like a TSX. So that's how this car came about. It is also available. I think they recently announced an A-spec version of this car. I think 2019 might have been the first year. It's 2019, 2020. One of those years. You'd have to correct me, but those are beautiful cars. I have somebody at my work that has one of those, and it's in blue and it's beautiful. But you know, like I said, I do enjoy my Type S body style the best, other than an NSX, obviously. Like, that's a given. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. That's about all I gotta say about this thing. Out of a 5-star, I would probably give this car a 3 or a 4, being that it's comfy. You could make it look cool. It's not as cool as the older TLs. The engine, I can't get over it. It's a 4-cylinder. It was gutless. It's kind of disappointing, but it's a loaner car, so I understand why they used a 4-cylinder for that. Kind of weird paddle shifting through the 8 gears when it's kind of gutless. Like, it's kind of pointless to have paddle shifters when it doesn't want to go. But it's a fun little car to cruise around in and look at and kind of see where technology's at. And it's been a long time since I was in the business every day, working on new cars, dealing with new cars, and so this is kind of a fun little adventure for me to be able to sit in something that's new and kind of look at it and see where technology is. And I still go to car shows and all of that, obviously, but a lot of those things don't show the new stuff like this unless you're in the they do have a couple where it's obviously like the factory new cars and what's coming out, but it's been a while since I've been in like a new car and been able to dig through it. So anyways, hope you enjoy the video. We're up in Colts Nation because the draft was this weekend. We did a good job. You tell me who your team is. How do you think your team did in the draft? Let me know. But what's your favorite car? What's your favorite Acura? Since we're talking about Acuras, you can also leave a comment for that. What's your favorite Acura ever? The all-time Acura. They've made a lot of really cool cars over the years, between the Tegi, the RSX, NSX, Legend. What's the other one? There was the Legend and the I can't think of the other one. Vigor, Acura Vigor. Very aggressive looking car from the 90s. I actually had a Acura Legend at one of the last independent shops I worked at. We had an Acura Legend that was basically abandoned there with transmission issues, and so my boss ended up figuring out what was going on. It ended up being a couple of the solenoids and selling it, and man, that car could move. For 1990, that car could move. So fun time. But anyways, thanks for watching JR's Corner. You guys have yourself a safe one. Take it easy.